Hi everybody. Well, it is a dreary, overcast, soon to be rainy afternoon here in Florida. So I am in my kitchen. I'm not cooking yet. What I'm going to be doing is making candles. So I've got everything set out here and I've got wax melting on the stove. In this kit, I'm going to work out of this kit first and use up the wax that came in the kit, everything that came with it, and a vanilla scented, and you know how I love vanilla. Vanilla scented block came with the kit, so I grated some up. I already have that ready to go in the wax after it's all melted. I have the votive cups, all but one of them, all set up with the wick installed in the middle of the cup, ready for the wax to be poured in. And then, once the wax dries a little bit or cools off and solidifies, I'll be cutting the wick off and filling the cup up the rest of the way with the wax to set up. But I do have 1 cup left that I need to put the wick in and get it set up. I will show you how I did that, okay? So let me turn the camera around and show you what I've got going here in my candle production kitchen today. This is the wick that I'm going to put into this empty container. And I've already put some tacky wax on the bottom of it a little bit to get it started, but I just have rubbed the ball on the base of the silver disc there. Just adding some of the wax onto it. And I think you can see that there's some that's stuck on there. And then I just place the wick down into the center of the cup, hold it for a few seconds, and it sticks. Okay, so that one is ready to go, and I'll be pouring the wax real soon. The wax has melted nicely. I did a little bit more than 8 ounces, half the bag that it showed, because I didn't think it looked like there was enough wax, and there still may not be, but we're going to give it a try here so far. And I'm going to add this scent to it. I think I'm going to add it all. This is the vanilla scent. Smells good. It does smell real good. Let me just stir that up in there. Let me add the rest of what's on here. And as you can see, yes, I did put down what I've got here is parchment paper to protect the counter from the wax. I don't have any trash bags like I've seen used before, but this will work just fine. So that's what I've got going today. All right, the scent is all in there. So let me try one of my candles. My candle holder right here. I'm going to hold on to the wick while I pour. And you pour about 3/4. That's it. I'm going to set it aside. Let the wick rest on the dowel so it kind of stays straight in the center as much as possible as it dries. And I'll be repositioning that because they're right in the center right now. And I'm going to be trimming up the wick, okay? So here I go with another one. There's that. And the dowel does not want to stay in place on this, so we'll put this one there. Another thing you can do is pin it on there somehow, or there. Let me get another dowel here for this one. Set that up in the center. I guess I could have cut some of that wick off because I think it's weighing it down so much. But let me get this wax poured here on another one. Okay. See how that does in the center. the dowels later. Let me get this wax poured. And this is the first time I've been doing this, and I'm running out of wax. I'm going to have to melt some more, but we got this one started at least. So it takes more than 8 ounces, or half a bag of that wax, to do about 4.5 of these votive light containers. I wonder if I can bend that over there. There. That might work best to hold it in place. There. That's working. Okay. But directions do not say to cut the wick before you do this, so that's why I didn't. Bend that over a little bit more. Okay. That's staying up pretty good. I think I want this one straighter. And then I'm going to melt some more wax. There. Okay, so it wasn't a very smooth operation, but that's because I haven't done this before. But the wax is in the containers. It's going to solidify for a little bit. Then what they say to do is take one of these dowels and go down, poke holes to let air out of the wax that's already solidified in there, and then pour more wax on top and fill your votive candle holder. And after it's already solidified, or even before it has, go ahead and cut your wick. So let me get some more wax melted. Let me get this final cup done, and then I'll have wax left over to fill the rest of the cups, okay? But I'm going to melt that whole bag, and it was 16 ounces, whereas the directions said, oh, melt 8 ounces. So anyway, I'm using up the whole bag. That's fine. The kit is going to be used up almost entirely with this one run of votive candles. So anyway, stay tuned. I melted the rest of the candle wax. I'm going to add the rest of the vanilla scent that I scraped into this. That's going to scent the candles. And I did use up the rest of that little bar that came in the kit. So now all the candle wax is used up, all the scent for the candles, the vanilla scent is used up that came with the kit. And let me get pouring here. I also pulled out, a couple weeks ago I stopped and bought some supplies for making candles on my own, so I've got some setups here because I melted all the rest of the wax, and I'm going to have plenty, I think, to go ahead and make a few extras. If not, they'll be all set up, ready to go the next time I do this. I need to put some more tacky wax on the bottom of this wick because it came unstuck. No problem. And we'll get it stuck back in the bottom. There. Okay, let me get pouring the wax here. We'll do him first. Okay, here. Okay, so that used up all the votive cups that came in the kit. Now I'm going to use my paper cups here that I've got. And we'll see how easily they do peel, okay, when everything is dried up, solid. That one's done. We're going to go let them solidify. I'm going to stick this back in the hot water, keep this melted so I can add a little bit extra to the candles, okay. And the hardest part of this was getting the wick to go straight, okay. We'll see how that turns out once they're solidified and I'm using them. May not even matter that much, I don't know. But we'll see, okay. I'm going to keep at it. I'll let you know how they turn out. I'll show you. So I don't know if you can tell, but the wax that I melted was yellow. It turned yellow as it melted, and as it's drying, as it's solidifying, it's turning white. So I will let you see what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, and I'll be adding more wax to these to fill it up as it dries after I poke holes in there down the center of the wick. But this is a process, let me tell you. I've been working on this now for about an hour, but I'm slow at doing things too, so got to keep that in mind. And this is the first time I've done this. But I'll let you see what it looks like when I start filling up the cups with the wax that I've got left over. And from the look of it, I may have to add a little bit of wax that I've got in my supplies. That's no problem whatsoever. All right, I'll be back to you as soon as these dry, or as soon as these turn solid. So this was my stash of blocks of wax. So I'm melting one block in there. That should be enough, more than enough. And even if it is more, I'll keep it in the can. I'll keep the rest of it in the can if there's any left over, so I can melt it up again later on. And to scent it, I pulled from my stash also this collection of scents that I've got. And yes, I've got a vanilla one, so I'm going to be scenting it with vanilla as well. So just waiting for the wax to melt before I can finish the rest of the votives. This one, the very last votive to be worked on, has dried up pretty much. So I'm going to stick a hole down the center near the wick. Maybe somebody can tell me exactly why that's necessary, or even if it is. And I'm going to pour some fresh melted wax on it. The rest of the votives have pretty much solidified. Working on the last one here. I just had a little bit of extra wax to add to it. Let's see. See if I can get the rest of that out of there. That's it. Okay, so that's it for this round. It actually took, well, in the kit that I started working with, there was a 16-ounce bag of wax flakes, and I melted those, used all of that. And then I used 1 bar out of my supply that I had purchased at Michael's. So 1 bar of that has been used up. And not bad though. So I have about 9 candles, 9 votives here. That's not bad to start with. And I'm okay with that. And I feel good that I did this myself. And they're scented with vanilla, so we'll see how well that turns out when I'm actually burning them. Okay, but I think I'm going to trim up a couple of wicks here and then just let these set and get hard. Alright, I'll show you what these look like when I peel the Dixie cup away from that, because I'm wondering too how easily that's going to come away from the wax. But other than that, this was my first effort of making candles, and I'm kind of pleased with it. It didn't take long to do. It didn't take a lot of effort, except for getting these wicks to stay straight, but that I think is a technique that I'll develop in time. So I'll do it again. Sure, why not? This is one of the votive candles that I made in that Dixie cup, and the cup peeled away very, very easily. It's a nice, good-sized votive candle, and I'd say it's a good, maybe 2 1/4 inches tall. Okay. It's the size of a Dixie cup. So, actually, all in all, I have 10 candles. Let's see. Yeah, I've got 10 candles there. A day well done in candle making history. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye for now.